Hey, welcome to BoomCast, Explosive News Weekly. I'm Thomas, and this is Trent.
Hey, welcome to BoomCast. I'm Trent. This is Thomas.
Thank you for the introduction, Trent. So episode 1 has been pretty successful. I'm happy with how it came out.
Huge hits with the fans. The directors liked how we did it, and they greenlit us for another episode. So we're rolling.
Sure
we're back
did.
here rolling.
Yeah, episode 2. So to get things started, I guess the topic of today's podcast is food-related articles. So article number 1, Article number 1, Dunkin Donuts is dropping donuts from its name, and people are freaking out. So Dunkin Donuts, as we all know, is now going to be just called Dunkin.
What the fuck? I heard this. I heard this the other day. So are they? So they're getting rid of their? Do they still sell donuts?
Well, so that's what everybody's asking. There's tweets. Like one tweet says, "Hold up, Dunkin' Donut drops the donut in their name. Is the real question? The real question is, do you still sell donuts?" So yeah, Dunkin' Donuts is still going to sell donuts, but I think this has to do. They're trying to rebrand. I think they're
as more than just donuts.
Well, they sell coffee, right? And they're pretty famous for their coffee.
Yeah, America runs on Dunkin'.
Exactly,
we're
Dunkin'.
a walking advertisement here.
Right, so people know. I know we need to get paid for this. So people know that Dunkin', it gets called Dunkin' all the time, right? So I think that they're trying to move more into donuts and coffee. They don't want to be known just for their donuts, which is weird because their donuts are pretty good.
I've actually never had a Dunkin' Donut. I don't think I've ever been there in general.
Right. The only time I've had Dunkin' Donuts is in an airport. So I'm not sure what that says.
They have them in California, though, huh?
Yeah, I mean, in an airport. I'm not. I'm sure they have a storefront somewhere. I don't know where. I think they're more East Coast. So.
Yeah, because I did some time in Ohio, and I definitely remember seeing a Dunkin' Donuts there. But I never went in. It was never anything interesting to me. I didn't like coffee back then as a kid. But
the only coffee you drink are mocha freezes. So.
Well, see, but I think they probably have that, don't they? They probably have an iced coffee or something.
They have like iced coffee, and they probably have blended. However, the Dunkin', just being called Dunkin' concept, is still kind of in testing. So that they've done some beta tests on other storefronts in Massachusetts. However, they think by the end of the year there'll be 30 locations in Boston and 20 nationwide that are just going to be called Dunkin'.
Oh, so it's not they're not changing every store, just a few locations?
Not yet, but it's part of a larger rebrand, so I think they're going to do it eventually.
So they're probably trying. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I think
they're trying to become more digital.
Are they trying to be more like a coffee shop or like a just a general pick-me-up place?
I think it's supposed to be more of a. I mean, it says I would think they're adding cold brew taps and digital ordering kiosks. So I think they're trying to become more than just like a quick donut stop.
Trying to fight with King Starbucks, I guess.
Yeah, or this comes within the same time when IHOP is now IHOB.
Oh yeah, the burger place. Good burger. Great burgers. I've never had the pancake.
Yeah, I haven't had a burger yet either. And the one IHOP around me is still IHOP. So I think I might go try it when it's IHOB, which I think was the dumbest rebrand they could have ever done.
I don't think they were thinking. I don't know who in their marketing department was like,
someone in the marketing department's fucking up.
I'm not sure what kind of data piece they saw that said the burger market was really where they should have been instead of pancakes.
I know. I'd love to have been on that meeting. I wonder if
that would have been a great
like,
fly in the wall.
Are you guys talking
right there?
about?
Holy shit!
They probably thought it was a joke, and then the CMO was like, "Nope, we're executing now."
It was probably a dare. I bet it was a dare.
Was it the Super Bowl? I know. We're like, let's see if we can get an executive sign off on
burgers. They're not
idiots. Did that come out of the Super Bowl? It was the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Man, so they spent millions of dollars.
Yeah, no, that was like what was it? I think Super Bowl ads were $15 million?
Something crazy.
Average or something like that.
Yeah.
They spent $15 million on a fucking truth or dare.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Unclear where this is gonna go, but Dunkin Donuts is now Dunkin'. International House of Pancakes is now International House of Burgers. I wonder what's next.
What's your go-to breakfast food?
Like the type of food?
Yeah, no, like what would you want to have if you could have anything for breakfast?
Chocolate chip pancakes with a side of French fries.
With a side of French fries.
Side of French fries. I'm talking about like 11 o'clock.
Doubling down the carbs.
11. Yeah, exactly. No healthy. Yeah.
Chocolate no, hold on. I said breakfast. I didn't say brunch.
Fine. You chocolate chip pancakes, bacon, and a fried egg.
And a fried egg?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
That's a good one. I'm a hearty breakfast guy, so I like the omelets. I like the breakfast meats.
Yeah. Oh.
If I had to choose one thing though, like one item, okay, so it would be a breakfast burrito. Any kind of breakfast burrito. That's my go-to. Any kind of meat in there, but just there's got to be meat in there. But a breakfast burrito.
Yeah. Breakfast burritos are pretty good.
Oh, they can be top tier.
What's your favorite donut?
Donut?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, Dunkin.
Well, we were spoiled.
Dunkin' now.
We were spoiled because we had Voodoo Donuts, and for those of you who don't know what Voodoo Donuts are, it's just basically if you had a dream about donuts, it's Voodoo Donuts. Any kind of your wildest imaginations of donuts.
I thought the Voodoo Donuts in Eugene was overrated, but I gotta say the original Voodoo Donuts in Portland's pretty good.
There's a difference. I haven't been to the one in Portland.
Well, of course there's a difference. There's different people making them.
Yeah, that's true. But like they had the same weird shit though. They have like Fruit Loops on their stuff, and they have a maple bacon. I love the maple bacon.
Maple bacon.
Fucking maple bar with a slab of bacon on it. Yeah. Holy shit! You can't get much more heartier than that. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, true.
Fuck.
Okay. Dunkin' Donuts is now Dunkin'. Next item on the agenda, Missouri label law says that Missouri manufacturers can't call meat unless it is a product that has come from a slaughtered once-breathing animal.
I'm confused. Were they calling other stuff that wasn't coming from that meat?
Well, they were calling. Apparently, the example given was that there was a product being labeled ground beef style veggie burgers, but
meat style?
Consumers.
Did you say meat style?
No, ground beef style veggie burger. Beef style. Got the cool beef style. People were getting confused and angry because they'd buy it and eat it, and then they felt lied to.
They felt what?
Lied to. Like false branding.
They bought it thinking it was meat, but it wasn't.
I think that they're trying to prevent that, which means it's happened before, right?
This is just another example of communist vegans trying to instill their agenda on hearty, good Americans. And this is a perfect example of why meat is better, because if meat wasn't better, why would vegans be trying to pretend to be meat? Why wouldn't they just take solace in their veggies tasting like veggies? Why do they have to pretend to be meat if they don't like meat so much? Why don't they just stick to their guns if they really believe in what vegan and vegetarianism is? That's why I never believed in that stuff. I'm like, dude.
Well, so
your product you put.
True.
The product
that's a very valid point, and it doesn't make sense to me. However, I think what it is there are more meat eaters than vegans in the world, and so if you label something like plant-based, people are less likely to buy it, right?
Oh, okay.
Because now
they're trying to bait some. I think they're
trying to prevent manufacturers from baiting people, or from saying the word meat in a sentence that isn't actually meat. So there's a quote here. One of the main lawyers says, "This law has nothing to do with consumer protection. No one buys tofurkey, quote, plant-based deli slices thinking they were carved from a slaughtered animal any more than people buying almond milk thinking it was squeezed from a cow's udder."
No, they squeeze the almonds out of the cow, right? That's how they get that. Almond milk is you milk milk the almonds out.
So
right?
apparently the tofurkey deli slices can't be described as meaty or use the word beef in it.
But they can say basically turkey.
They can say tofurkey, and then that it's protein textured.
Protein textured.
Yeah, they can describe it. So this is all about description.
Okay, so if tofurkey's fine, so why don't they just call it Teat? Teat. Call it Teat.
What does that stand for?
Tofu meat.
Because
they're not saying meat. They're not saying meat.
Okay.
They're saying Teat.
So you'd buy a product called Teat. Hashtag Teat.
What?
Is that the hashtag of the podcast today? What's the
Gotta
hot
have a
take?
hashtag. That's
What's
our
the
hash
hot
brown.
Take?
Hash brown Teat.
Hash brown Teat. Is that a hash brown made from teat?
No.
Wait, so what's teat? Tofu meat?
Tofu's actually pretty good though.
Tofu's great. I had tofu for lunch. Well, I
don't know if I'd prefer it over meat. Like if I had the option of one or the other.
Well, I mean, I guess it also true. But it then comes down. A lot of people try to cut back on meat consumption, especially like steak and stuff, because.
Yeah, there are people that, for health reasons, want to do a little bit of vegetarian and stuff, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it in the traditional sense of the word, it's the wrong decision, quite frankly. I know I feel like I might be alienating our audience. We might have lost a viewer or two after alienating vegetarians, but I feel comfortable with that.
I mean, so you alienated Gen Z, and now you're alienating vegans and vegetarians.
And we're only 2 shows in, so by the end
probably half our viewers at this point.
By the end of the year, I'll pretty much have alienated everybody but you and me.
But yeah,
it'll be 2
hence
views
why
every
this
time.
podcast is going so well for us. Too.
We think it's great.
I mean, I think it's a great podcast. So I think though that this article also has a lot to do with, consumer labeling is a big deal. Like, people label fruits as organic, and that like bolsters sales for some reason. People are always trying to chase the most real. Yeah, it's a marketing. This is all a marketing thing, which is also just like Dunkin Donuts. So maybe this podcast is about marketing. Maybe we need to start talking about tips and tricks on how to market right.
I do know a little bit about marketing. I took
label things as organic and call tofu teat.
Well, and you notice the other thing too, I think that people were doing is there were some products before the whole, the genetically modified, the whole thing going on.
Whole GMO, yeah.
And so it's popular now to label your products as non-GMO. And so before that happened, nothing had changed on. I can't think of a specific one, but there are a lot of products that were already non-GMO, but they weren't being advertised like that. But then once this GMO kind of thing started happening, they started putting that label on there. All they did was start saying it's non-GMO, and that is a marketing tactic because they didn't change anything about how they produce it.
Well, people found out that people were more likely to buy non-GMO stuff, and then people started abusing it, like things that were still GMO, because it's not illegal to put a sticker on an apple that says, well, it probably is, but nobody reports it.
No, but I think the one I remember one. So I saw on a can of tuna the other day that it was non-GMO, and so I'm thinking, oh yeah, so you're not going into the Pacific Ocean and genetically modifying our tuna. I'm glad that you're not doing.
Good to know.
Thank you very much.
Well, you bought it, so.
I actually am on the other side of this on that argument, but tuna specifically. I want to see how much they can modify.
Tuna lives matter. Hashtag tuna lives matter.
No, hashtag tuna Godzilla. I want to see how big they can get the tuna.
Oh, I see. No,
you know what? And fuck all the repercussions of putting it just in the ocean. I want to see what they can come up with.
Man-made farming of tuna.
Yeah. So and making the tuna bigger, because they do that with cattle. They make the cattle bigger to provide more meat and everything. Yeah.
Sugar water or whatever, salt water.
Yeah. Like whatever their tactics are. I'm just out of sheer curiosity. How can you not be curious about that?
Valid
what
point.
What can we do? We are the superior beings on this planet. Why can't we be allowed to experiment like that? We wouldn't have gotten to the moon if we didn't feel like
getting into animal rights now on these tuna. I mean,
Tuna's a great sandwich.
we just let the animals free on the Nabisco animal crackers. Let's wait a while before.
I said
allowing
that there are
humans
not
to
tuna fish in those animal
test
crackers. I don't think one of them's a tuna fish.
You wanted to put the animal crackers in a pen in the middle of a Safeway.
Hey, that worked.
Oh, it did.
We got our first Safeway in Brookings, Oregon. Opened up their first live animal cracker farm outside the Safeway.
Uh-huh.
It's a wonderful hit. We'll get you footage when we get
it. Back to this Teat.
Tuna fish is
Apparently,
a
a
great
lot of the plant-based industry are people who work for these companies that are doing more soy and plant-based items to sell are saying that the meat industry is trying to prevent them from succeeding and beating them out. Which side are you on? Are you on the plant-based people or the meat people?
Well, plant-based people, I don't know.
I mean,
anybody
they're
that tries
just
to
doing their
profit
thing, right? It feels like the meat people are kind of like, you're doing well, let's try to prevent this.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think they're kind of wary because the more people that get converted to plant-based substances, the less people are going to be available for meat substances. So I think they want to hold on to their base because they know it's becoming plant-based stuff is all the rage now, and people are switching over to that, and it is good for you. It's a lot of health benefits for it. So I think they're scared. I think it's a move of fear. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay, Trent. So what? Tell me your top. Since we lean more towards the meat. Give me your top 5.
Oh, we lean 100% towards meat. If we didn't, I wouldn't like you if we didn't lean
true,
meat.
Yeah.
No homo.
We have shared some meats together, huh?
We do. We sure have. We sure have.
A little chicken, pulled pork. Ooh, pulled.
Tommy
pork.
cooks a good meat. I'll be honest with you. He cooks a good meat.
I do cook. I don't cook much. I miss that. I miss hot pot. What's it called? That you make pulled pork in?
Crock pot.
Crockpot. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me your top 5 favorite meats.
Top 5 meats? Oh shit. Okay, starting with 5. Okay, hold on. Let me think of them real quick. All right, number 5. I gotta go just straight ground beef, like what you have in a hamburger. I got it, and it's specific to like in a hamburger. I wouldn't. It's not top 5 if I'm just eating ground beef. It's like a hamburger meat in a hamburger. Okay, that's an easy one. That's a top 5 for most people. Most people with half a brain.
Yeah. Well, is it seasoned or just yeah? Okay, no.
Yeah, standard
ground
burger
beef. Got it.
Number 4.
Wait, is 5 the best or 1 the best?
1's the best. I'm counting.
5. Okay, so ground beef is your bottom of your 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's still a good one. It's
right,
a great.
Of course, it's your top
5. Number 4, I'm gonna go bacon, but I'm gonna go specific on this one. I'm gonna go thick cut bacon.
Mm-hmm.
I love the thick cut bacon, and I don't like it that crispy. To be honest, crispy bacon, you might as well just buy a bag of that.
Right.
Yeah, the crumpled up bacon. I don't know.
Buy some pork rinds.
Yeah, or just buy a fucking crumbled bacon for salad topping. That's what
like
you
the
get.
Cobb salad bacon.
A good, that's all it is.
Do you remember the bacon bits at Carson Dining Hall?
Yes, I do.
Just like
yes, I do.
Salt. That shit
those were good. I mean, those are good
for
their own
on a salad, of course. Yeah.
Those are good for their own purpose, but I prefer a nice thick cut bacon.
Of course.
At number 4, coming at number 4 on the big board. Number 3 on the large board. I'm gonna go with straight standard breakfast sausage.
Wow. So standard breakfast sausage beats bacon.
Yes. Oh, in my opinion, that's my opinion. It's embrace debate here, so please feel free to comment. But I love a good breakfast sausage. I like it, and it's my number 1 meat to have. Actually, it's not my number 1 meat to have in a breakfast burrito, but it's really good in a breakfast burrito. It's really good in link form. It's one of the most versatile breakfast meats you can have, really, to be honest. Because bacon, really, it's only crispy or thick, right? It's 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's
sausage. True. You got your standard links or patties, but you also got ground sausage. You can put in a breakfast burrito. You can season it up, and I'm kind of counting chorizo in this, but not really. Chorizo's essentially, I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but chorizo is its own meat as well.
Oh, you think?
What's that?
You think?
It is. No, it is. It's its own meat.
I don't know much
but
about chorizo. So.
Yeah, it's like a Mexican sausage. So
Yeah.
I'm going standard here.
Okay. So that's 3.
Number 2.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm
roll.
excited for number 1 here.
Number 2 is chicken. Chicken has been my go-to meat for the past 3 years.
Most people will agree chicken is their go-to meat.
It's go-to, but it's not my favorite in terms of taste because we're going off of taste here. Remember, that's first and foremost.
Right.
But we're also going off of your go-to meats, and chicken is my go-to meat at number 2.
Okay.
It's good because it's healthy for you.
Sure.
And it's I'll go on. It's the most versatile protein you can have on your plate.
Sure. And
Think
versatile
about
in
anything.
terms of what? Like how you can prepare it?
Think about any meal. Just tell me something you have for dinner. Tell me something you have for dinner. Pasta? You
Sure.
have pasta for dinner? You know what you can add to pasta? You add
Chicken.
chicken to pasta. It's fucking great.
Sure.
Uh,
Salad. You can add
Salad?
chicken to salad.
yeah. You being healthy? Salad? Chicken salad is the best salad.
Chicken
We
salad's
won't
great.
get into-
You got a little vegetables. You got a little protein.
Oh, you a sandwich guy for lunch?
Sure.
Now you're a chicken sandwich guy for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
It's real easy.
Easy. Simple.
High protein, simple, low fat, very versatile.
True. Very lean meat.
Yeah, Tommy knows a lot about lean meat.
Smoking meats. Smoking meats.
Okay,
Right,
so
what's
number
one.
Number 1 is also it's my favorite pizza topping. It is my favorite thing in a breakfast burrito if I can get it. It's also a rarer meat, and it is linguiça.
Linguiça. Yeah, I did know that about you. You're a big
It's
linguiça
linguiça.
guy. Big L. Big L
It's
guy.
incredibly greasy,
Yeah.
and it's set and on a pizza it's set up so that it's a circle.
Yeah, but
that
can't
just
you only
captures the
eat it on
grease.
pizza? Where else do you eat linguiça?
I've had a linguiça
Hold on,
breakfast.
no, you're the wrong
burrito.
person to ask.
You are talking to the wrong person.
You'll
I
put
used
it
to.
on anything.
I don't think we've talked about this yet, but I used to make breakfast nachos, and I believe I have
remember
put
those.
linguiça on breakfast nachos before.
Mm-hmm.
So just for you breakfast novices out there, a breakfast nacho is chips, cheese. Could have refried beans on it. Could
Sure.
not. Depend.
Mac
It's
and
kind of a
cheese.
chef's choice at
You've
that
done
point.
that before.
It's either 5 or 6 eggs, depending on how hungry you are, and
5
then
or 6 of them for breakfast.
yeah, oh
That's
yeah,
a lot of
that one I
eggs.
made. I remember one time vividly. It was at least 6 eggs, and then you got your meat on top. So whatever you want. And so I've done chicken before. I've done sausage, and the one time I did linguiça, it was bar none the best. And I've also got a linguiça burrito at a restaurant one time,
Okay.
and that was, quite frankly, the best breakfast burrito I've ever had.
Okay.
And so those two that sums it up.
Nice.
That took a long time, but
I'm enlightened on your meat preferences. So now, if I never need to get you something, I know your top 5 favorite meats. So
good luck finding linguiça. It's a rare meat. That's why it's kind of it's a mystery meat per se.
oh, yeah. Okay. All
Strategy
right.
mystery.
Cool. All right. Well, staying on kind of meats in a way, this is more of a condiment article. A Mayo, Florida, a city in Florida named Mayo, or maybe I should say a town. I think it's more like a town. Mayo jokingly changed its name to Miracle Whip. They made T-shirts and everything. The mayor of this tiny town, less than 1,500 residents, worked in conjunction with Kraft Heinz-owned mayonnaise alternative, Miracle Whip, on Saturday, and they changed the whole name of the town on like everything, on their water tower, on their website, on whatever else. And the mayor thought it was hilarious and didn't want to tell the people living there until they could film their reactions. They didn't tell them for a minute, and then they got a camera crew from Heinz to come on site to the town and like record people's reaction when the mayor announced that they're officially going to be called Miracle Whip. The mayor, I believe this is the mayor, I'm not sure. Someone named Ann said this quote: "We aren't going to be boring Mayo anymore. We are going to be Miracle Whip. I definitely think this will put us on the map." And sure enough, the most popular podcast on SoundCloud BoomCast is talking about it. What are your thoughts on
We're
Miracle Whip?
My thoughts
Florida?
are we really are the most popular.
They also
podcast
got
on
paid,
SoundCloud.
by the way. They got paid to change their name. They got
okay. So that makes a
$40,000. I think this is so stupid.
I think a quick poll. If they were to do a quick poll on just like write down your first reactions, I think about 65% of people, the word for word would say, "What the fuck."
That was my first reaction.
There's no way you're not saying "what the fuck" when you see your
They
town
made
change its name to
shirts.
Miracle Whip.
They made shirts.
What the fuck, man?
So the Mayo's mayor, or I should say Miracle Whip's mayor now.
You better get that right because there's a high debate about.
I know,
Miracle
I'm not
Whip's
sure what to
name.
call him anymore because this was initially just supposed to be this PR stunt for Heinz, but the mayor is like highly considering keeping their name as Miracle Whip. They see. I quote.
Well, okay,
from
so
the-
is Heinz
from
going to
Fox-
pay them
from-
every year they're named Miracle Whip?
Every year, it's like, where are you from, Miracle Whip? Oh.
Yeah, I get paid to
Where's
call my
that?
hometown Miracle Whip.
But I mean, I guess Mayo is not any worse. Where are you from, Mayo?
You know, this really opens up a can of worms, and this is scary because I think by 2025, our entire United States will just be fucking United States of Coca-Cola or fucking Coke Pepsi. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
I mean,
divided.
we could be from Coke, California, which doesn't sound great, but
We're just gonna
Pepsi.
every town is gonna be
Pepsi.
fucking branded.
I know. So, I don't even think I like Miracle Whip. I think I've had it once. Oh, also, this brings us to our age-old debate. You can put Miracle Whip on tacos. Remember that?
No,
one?
hold up. This
Was it not Miracle Whip?
You're wrong. You're confused on this because it wasn't Miracle Whip.
Cool
it was
Whip.
Cool
Cool Whip. Well, let's
Cool
poll.
Whip on
Can you put Cool
tacos,
Whip
and-
on tacos? I'm pretty sure there's recipes about it.
I don't.
But I guess
know.
if Miracle Whip's like
I would
mayonnaise, you can
love
put
to
it-
hear from our large and diverse
Oh,
audience
yeah. We do
about
have. This is a great polling audience.
the fact that
Unbiased.
Miracle or Cool Whip could be
Cool
used
Whip.
on tacos. I am a strong proponent against that, and I will spend millions of dollars in
Oh, yeah?
in Super PAC money to advertise against that if I need to, because I don't think this can't get to a level where it's a nationwide
I
epidemic.
typed in Cool Whip on tacos, and I'm only getting dessert tacos. Hey,
You
still
damn right.
tacos. Loophole, bitch.
You didn't say dessert. Wait, first
I
of
said
all,
tacos.
what
I didn't specify
what dessert
which tacos.
taco? Like a homemade dessert taco?
Yeah, like like the shell with some cinnamon sugar on it with some fruit.
like a choco taco.
Like a choco taco.
That's just
Waffle tacos. Yum.
Cool Whip's not a topping on tacos. I'm a Mexican
It's on
food
dessert
expert.
tacos, buddy.
I minored in Mexican food studies in
At
college
Chapala.
at San Paulo University. And I
Actually, that sounds
I
real.
don't
Someone's
think
gonna look that up. What is Chapala University?
I don't think they put Cool Whip on tacos, my friend.
They
I
put
really
them on
don't.
dessert tacos. That's what I meant. Just
Okay, so you can't
3
just
years
clarify
ago.
that because
Oh,
you
loophole.
know as well as I
Loophole.
do when you made this argument.
You're the loophole
5 years
expert.
I am the loophole expert, but
Matt.
you made this argument knowing full well that you thought
how
there
do
was
you know?
ground beef,
No.
the number
never
5
said that.
best meat in that taco, along with that Cool Whip.
All right. Well, I was
you were
thinking
gonna take a
Miracle
chomp
Whip.
out of it like it was.
I would have
nothing.
eaten it. It would probably tasted just fine. So anyway, Miracle Whip. What are your thoughts? I don't think I've ever had Miracle Whip.
I've actually never had Miracle Whip either, to be honest. But I think it would be good. I've heard a lot that you either hate it or you love it,
Yeah.
and I think
That's
I'd be
what
in
I've
the
heard,
love it
too.
category.
You're either a Miracle Whip or a Mayo kind of person.
Problem is, I've never been in a situation where I've had because I'm not gonna buy a big ass
I'm not
thing
gonna
of it.
buy Miracle Whip.
So if I've never been in a situation where I've been offered one small packet of Miracle Whip, it's always been buy the jar or nothing. And so I've never made that calculation in my head like, oh, this is worth if I hate it buying $5 jar of fucking Miracle Whip.
Yeah.
But maybe one day somebody can send me one packet of Miracle Whip in the mail, a fan mail. That'd
Hey,
be great.
yeah, fan mail. I love fan mail.
Just one packet of Miracle Whip.
The small little tiny, like that little ketchup packets, but Mano.
Exactly.
Miracle Whip,
Yep.
yeah.
And I'll eat
And you'll
that
just eat
sandwich
it
on
plain.
live
No,
on our
you eat it
video
plain.
cast.
Oh, okay. You're gonna get something in the mail, maybe. maybe.
We'll see how popular I am.
You're not. Well, you have you have one confirmed fan, but
Yeah,
we
that's
won't
my-
name names. But you do have one confirmed fan.
Definitely my girlfriend.
Well, no, okay, then you probably have. I don't have anyone to be my fan.
Thomas, you're
Anyway,
wonderful.
no.
You're a wonderful host.
Oh, thanks. Thank you, Trent, the other person on the podcast, for giving me that compliment. Do you have any hot takes on today's
Hot takes
podcast?
on Miracle Whip?
Sure.
I really don't. To be honest.
No hot
I
takes
wish
today.
I did because
Yeah.
I think that's a hot button topic among citizens here in America.
Yeah.
But I really don't. I really kind of steered clear of that. It's
Yeah.
like any of the other hot button topics. It's top tier among it's abortion, it's Miracle Whip. It's like 1 and 2 right there. So
Oh,
I kind
yeah.
of steer clear of both of those arguments.
Sure.
Either way,
Yeah.
just to make sure that I'm kind of right on the
topics.
fence.
You don't want to. Yeah.
I like to sit on the fence,
Sure.
big time fence sitter.
Apparently, a town in Kansas changed their name to Google, Kansas.
In the same kind of
But
stunt.
apparently, there was some. In the same kind of stunt. However, this was in 2010. This was an attempt to get Google to install super fast broadband network in the town, and it didn't work. It was unsuccessful.
That's fucking genius. What the fuck?
It didn't work,
Dude,
No one was
why didn't
having
I-
it in Topeka, Kansas.
They didn't do it. They didn't get it.
2010, Topeka, Kansas, temporary. Oh, it was Topeka who changed their name to Google in an unsuccessful effort to get the company to install a super fast broadband network.
Fun fact, that's actually the capital of Kansas
So
City.
the capital of Kansas was Google, Kansas for a while, and it didn't work. So there's just not good internet in Kansas, I guess. In Topeka, at least.
That's fucking funny. That's so smart though. At least they tried. Because when I heard that Google Fiber, I think are they talking about Google Fiber, like the 1 gig
I'm
speed?
assuming just probably like LTE.
Oh shit. Well, that's even worse. I would name my city Google if it was guaranteed to get
your
fiber
city.
internet
What would
on
your
it.
city be called originally? Are you just speaking as if you were
Just
a man?
if I owned a city,
Okay.
like those other people.
Yeah.
Well, I do own a city, but it's not in
Have
America.
you ever seen the show Schitt's Creek?
I have not.
Okay, you should watch that, and everybody listening to this should watch it. Most people know I've already tried to convince them to watch it, but
We're not even
You
getting
should watch
to say
it.
that.
ring the bell, the shame bell for the plug, the shameless plug for Schitt's Creek.
Ding ding ding.
We
Roll.
need one. We need a
We need a gong.
gong for
a
all
plug
the-
gong.
I might have to buy a real gong, so every time we plug something,
Wait.
I just
Yeah, no, that's a great idea.
which is what we're gonna be doing. 90s. It's just gonna be dongs ringing. Dongs. It's just gonna be
Dong,
dongs ringing the whole time. Anyway, so we're about out of time.
Oh shit, we just got started, but I was
know.
having so much fun,
I know we're
Thomas.
talking about dongs and gongs and Dunkin Donuts. That should be the title of this podcast.
I'm very mad that I wasn't eating during this because I got really hungry while I was talking about all this.
I'm sure. I know. I'm kind of hungry too. I know you had Chick-fil-A for dinner, but
I did. I'm still hungry though. After talking, I can talk about food whenever I want. All
yeah,
day.
you really could. I mean, we could tie everything that we ever talk about back to food. Oh, well, on a little quick tangent. Apparently, actually, never mind. No tangent. I take that back.
That's the biggest bait I've ever seen.
No, I'm
Next
sorry
time
about
on
that.
BoomCast
Maybe
News
next
Weekly.
time, but it was a little political. It was just a mildly political article about a food chain. So I'm gonna skip.
Oh,
that.
it's Mr. Fence Sitter. He's taken from your boy. Got to sit on that fence.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. This is not a political podcast. Anywho, so recap. We talked. Dunkin Donuts is becoming just Dunkin. In an effort in a rebranding effort, they're hoping that this is going to help sales. But
It's not gonna convince me to go there
People
at
are
all.
freaking the fuck out about it. They don't like it at all. Dunkin Donuts, I think, is one of like the oldest donuts stores. Fact check that. I'm not sure if that's true.
Fact check.
It sounds good. So
Google says they don't care.
you're talking to Google Kansas
Yeah,
right now.
I've never had that happen before. I Googled it and it said they don't care.
Yeah. Okay. Then we talked about how in Missouri you can't label meat. You can't label meats that aren't from an animal a meat.
confusing as fuck, and it's just a
Anything
communistic
plant-based
play
is
by
not
the vegans.
meat. You can call it protein textured instead. And last but not least, Mayo, Florida is now Miracle Whip, Florida. Don't put Cool Whip. You can put Cool Whip on tacos, but the dessert kind. And Topeka, Kansas changed their name to Google, Kansas, but it didn't work.
These fucking cities, man. Why are we changing their names?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why did they change their goddamn
Makes no
names?
sense to me. Weird. Because Miracle Whip, Kansas, I get the joke, but
I just like
They
little
got
old
paid.
boring Oregon, man.
Boring Oregon's a real town. I didn't
I
know
know, why
that
can't
until
every
kinda
town be
recently.
like boring? Stick to their roots, man.
Mayo, Florida. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in on episode 2.
If you listened all this way, you really deserve a cookie.
Yeah, if you've listened to
If
two
you PM
full
me
of
your
our
address
podcasts,
and you tell me that you've actually watched through this, I'll send you a cookie.
Trent really wants fan mail. So, I mean, we can provide you a PO box at some point.
I'll eat the Miracle Whip
I
packet
don't think you're gonna get an
live
email.
on camera next time, just without the sandwich. I'll just chug the Miracle Whip packet.
Ew. Chugging. Okay, that's the wrong word for a Miracle Whip.
I'll
package.
slurp it.
You'll. Ew. You'll eat it anyway. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Stay tuned for episode 3 next week.